Good evening, Nuraisha. We are going to start in few minutes. Up to then, let others also join. Okay.
Good evening, sir. Okay, sir.
Uh, as guys, only two students have joined, so we have to wait for some time. So sorry for the inconvenience. Just as soon as students will join, we are going to start with the session. Okay. Okay, Noor Aisha, we will discuss about it with our team, okay, and let you know about that. So if the session will start from 7 p.m., then I guess you can join. So accordingly, we will discuss and let you know, okay? No problem with that. Actually, guys, the problem is that 8 to 10 students have opted for this training session or internship program, but basically, as you can see, only two have joined. So this is from management. If those students are not going to join in upcoming 3 to 4 minutes, then by default we have to do that. But no problem that as I have noticed your name, so I will suggest your name for that. Aparna has also joined. Just a second. Okay. So if there will be any other batch, then we are going to add you guys on that batch. Okay, so good evening, Aparna. Why you have joined so late as the session time is from 6 p.m. Guys, as you know that this is going to be a 45 days internship program. So here you have to be consistent, okay? And also be on time because the time is limited and other students also has to wait because of you guys as you are not joining it. Still only 3 students have joined. And as you can see, it's up to 15 minutes while starting this session. So this is not good. If you are doing an internship like this, then that is there is no meaning of that. Okay. No, you have at least joined. I am talking about other students, like other 5 to 8 students who were there in your group and opted for full stack development. I can see that no one has joined from them. No, actually, in group we have texted them. Still, they are not responding. Actually, we as a mentor, we don't have the rights to. Just a second. Okay, so as no one has joined up to now, so guys, we have to just terminate this batch. Okay, so I have noticed all the 3 names of students who have joined. So in the new batch, if it will be started in future, I will inform you guys about that. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. But because of the low strength, we cannot continue with this batch right now. Okay. So that's why we have to just terminate it as per the guidelines of our
Sir,
internship program. Yeah.
sir, till then, can we join AIML batch?
Okay. Like in AIML, if you want to join.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Be-
If you want to opt for a single internship, then you can also go with AIML batch. No problem in that. Okay, just inform. Okay, okay. So I will inform it about yourself that you want to join that AIML program. So no problem in that. Just give me your name and email IDs accordingly, so that I can inform that to the team. So just drop it over here, or okay. Otherwise, if you want, then I can just take a session for first week, but I have to check about the continuity of yours, that are you going to join regular basis or not. Okay. So just let me know that if you want to join AIML or if you want to continue with full stack. Because
Sir, we
yeah,
can continue with full stack if
okay.
can.
Okay, then we are going to start with this full stack. Okay, but please ensure that you guys will join, because on your request, I am just giving 1 week trial for it. If you guys are going to continue, then we will just keep this batch. Otherwise, we have to terminate it as students are not responding. Okay, so let's start with the session first. Okay, just a second. Let me share my screen. Okay, so basically, I am Vansh, technical operational lead at GNCIPL, and I am going to, I am your mentor. I am going to teach you about some skills related to the front end development and back end development. And I hope that you guys are going to continue and contribute at your end. Whatever task I'm going to give you, you have to complete that within timeline, within that deadline. Okay. Before starting, I will just go through about our this schedule, which is a 6 week schedule where you have to do the theoretical part as well as practical part. So I am going to first tell you that how we are going to continue with this 6 week internship program. Then we will start with the concepts and other things. Okay. So first of all, as you know that this is a 6 week internship program. So in every 6 weeks, we are going to follow the same pattern. The pattern is, suppose if we are in week 1, then we are going to just start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. And on Friday, I will allot you a project based on these three skills. Suppose if we have covered in first week HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then on Friday you will get a project regarding that you have to create a static website. The website's detail will be shared in your group, the list of all the projects related to that domain. Okay. And accordingly, you have to create that project and present it to your mentor, respective mentor, to me on Monday. Okay. Like, see here, first of all, we are going to cover the theoretical part. Okay. Like what is HTML, what is CSS, and what is JavaScript. After that, we are going to give you a practical work, build a static portfolio web page. Okay. And you have to upload this to your GitHub. Okay. In your GitHub page, you have to just push that code. So it will be a proof of work at your end that you have completed it. And on Monday, suppose if on Friday I have given you a particular project, then you have the 2 days time to complete that. First is Saturday and other one is Sunday. In these 2 days, you have to complete your task, and it is mandatory for everyone to present their project to me. Now, what does it mean by presenting your project? I will let you know when we will move further in this particular sessions. Okay, so don't worry about that. Not much complicated task is okay. Whatever you are writing as a code, you just have to elaborate that to me so that it will also boost your confidence. Right now, what happened that everyone have the knowledge, but you are able to just elaborate that to other person. So that's why communication is also an important aspect, and that's why I just want that every one of you also work on this, that how you are going to present your project. So it is important part of this internship. That's why it is not basically for enhancing technical skill, it also enhance your communication skill. In week 2, what we are going to cover, we are going to cover React.js. So basically in that 5 days, we are going to cover this React.js. And all of you are familiar that React.js is famous front-end library, which we use for the dynamic purpose. Okay. And we are going to use JavaScript in it. We will see that what is functional component, what is class component. Okay. After that, how functional component are different from class component, that what is hook, use effect, use state use, effect use, context. Okay, so these types of things we are going to learn. After that, as discussed, we are going to provide you a project on Friday. Okay, and that you have to complete within 2 days. Like on Friday, we are giving you, you have to complete it on Saturday and Sunday. There will be off of our sessions, and then you have to present it on Monday. Okay, then in week 4, you can see we will start with the backend portion. In backend, we are going to cover Node.js and then the framework of Node.js, which is Express.js. Okay, we will see that how this is a runtime environment, what is the architecture Node.js follows with it. Okay, and other things. We are going to do this. Then after that, front end is done. Back end knowledge we have taken from here. Now we have to learn about databases. So in databases, we are going to cover two type of databases. One is NoSQL database and one is SQL database. So NoSQL database, we are going to cover MongoDB and Mongoose library in that to connect with the server. And after that, MySQL. Okay, so that if someone wants to continue with MySQL, they can have the knowledge about it also. And if someone wants to use MongoDB, which is flexible and is used for non-structured data set, then you can use MongoDB in your project. So no worries in that. Accordingly, we will provide you a mini project. Okay. Now comes to week 5. In week 5, basically what will happen, we are going to provide you a particular project like which have front end as well as back end. Up to now, what will happen that whatever tech you are using, we will provide you the project related to that. But in week 5, we will provide you a full project, means full stack integration project where the backend must be there, the front end must be there. Okay. And like you can see here, the mini project is stack notes or task manager app, but we have a 30 projects list with us, which we are going to provide you, and you have to accordingly complete that one in final week. Like in week 6, what will happen? Week 6 basically have a project which is created in group. So we are going to create a group at your end so that you can also have the idea about that, how you are going to collaborate with your group and how you are going to create a project with your group. So for that, we are going to provide you a final project, which is major project. Up to now, within 5 weeks, there were mini projects, but now this 6 week project is major project and it is an important project. Okay, so it will be in group. I will let you know that what you have to do, how you have to do all the things. So no problem in that. This is the schedule of it. Okay, like this Gantt chart we are going to follow. On Saturday and Sunday there is off. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday is your holiday. From Monday to Friday, there are regular sessions, live sessions, okay? And Monday is basically the day of presentation. Everyone has to present their project, and all the things of that particular student has been noted so that while providing them the certificate at the last of internship, there will be no complex sessions, okay? So this is all about the program, that how we are going to go within this 6 week agenda. What is the agenda regarding the 6 weeks? Okay, so if there is any doubt regarding this 6 week, you can say structure, then you can ask about it. Otherwise, I will let you know with time. Okay, so no problem in that. Now you have time to just let me know that what are the doubts in your mind. Then we will start with our session. Yes, for sure. I will share that with you. I will share that in your respective groups. Okay, so don't worry about that. What about
Sir,
others? Yeah.
sir, will there be separate group for full stack?
No, basically this will be uh, only group. Okay. And if you want at your end, then you can create. But for now, this will be the main group for your, where all the information will be shared regarding all the things like your sessions, your project list and other tasks. Okay. So this is what it is. And in group, week 6 project, you will be provided with a separate group, which you are going to create at your end. Okay. And then you have to work along with your team members. So as right now it is an individual project up to 5 weeks. So you can just go with this group only. Okay. And any doubt from Aparna and about the timing of sessions? Okay, so timing will be like I have to discuss with it. So if everyone of you is okay with 7 p.m. timing, then let me know in the chat box. All three of you, just let me know that in the chat box so that you can join continuously on that particular time. Okay, so 6 p.m. is right now. So basically, this is all about that.
Sir, because after college I have to travel for 1.5 hours, so it took 7 p.m. That's why I'm saying, so
Okay,
that I
okay.
can join live.
Okay, so Aparna, is there any problem if we schedule this meeting timing to 7 p.m.? Okay, okay, perfect. Then no problem. I can manage the timing. Okay. And we will start with the session from 7 p.m. There is no problem in that. If you guys are facing problem while joining in 6 p.m., that we can continue with the 7 p.m. time. No problem in that. Okay. So now let's start with our HTML part. Okay. So just give me a second. I want the active response from every one of you. Whenever I'm asking any question, I'm asking anything from you guys, you have to respond in the chat box. Okay. And simultaneously, you have to perform everything with me so that it will be easy for you to just go through all the concepts. And if there will be any doubt, then at time you can just raise your hand and let me know that whatever you want to ask. So there is no problem in that. Just a second. Okay. So those students who have joined just now, can I ask them that why they have joined so late? Because it's already 6:30 and the session timing was 6 p.m. Guys, this is not, you have to be on time, okay? So please keep this in mind. Otherwise, we are going to terminate this session and then there will be no internship provided from our end for this batch as the students are not joining on time. So as these guys have joined just now, so let me just tell them that what we have covered up to now so that they can also have an idea about it. Okay. So basically, we have discussed about the schedule that what we are going to follow for the first 6 weeks. And in this first one, the week one is introduction about the basic things, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And you guys have also some idea about it. So we are not going to deep dive into these concepts. We will start with all the deep concept in React.js. Okay, so as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I will let you know about the main concept in this part, and accordingly will tell you that what you have to do at your end. Then we will cover in week 2 React.js. In week 3, we are going to see about Node.js and Express.js. After that, MongoDB and Mongoose in week 4. Then a project based on integration. I will let you know that how we will uh, integrate the front end with the back end. And finally, we have I will provide you a major project which you have to create at your end in group. Okay. So this is what how we are going to do. Now let me just start with HTML part. So basically, let me first open my VS Code and I will request from every one of you that open a folder at your end, and I am giving it name as A11 HTML tutorial. Okay. So this is the folder I have created just now in front of you. Just create an index.html file over here. This extension HTML means that whatever code we are going to write inside it, it must be in HTML format, hypertext markup language. Now, before starting, I just want to inform you that every one of you are familiar with web development. So can any one of you let me know that what is web development? You can just, yes, Aisha, there will be an offer letter that will be provided to you. So within this week, as you guys will join the session regularly, then only we will provide you that. Okay. So please join within this week. You will get the offer letter for it. So any one of you, what is web development according to you? You can let me know. You can just unmute yourself and explain that what according to you is web development. Any one line definition and whatever you want to say about it. So anyone? I said, I can guarantee that this is your first day, so you are a little bit nervous and hesitating while speaking. So don't worry. You can see the improvement in yourself as you will go ahead with this particular structured format. Okay, and I can guarantee that that you will just feel good and good with each and every passing sessions. Okay. So, okay, no problem. If you are not comfortable right now, then I will let you know that what is the web development. So suppose any idea which you are converting into a application, okay, is known as web development. Web development is basically creating a website or application based on your idea, based on your requirement, which can be used by public. Okay, so as a coder, we have the responsibility to generate something useful so that the end users, like the public, will also use that product for us. Okay, so we are just only having the knowledge of this code part as a developer. But suppose if we want to develop it for a particular for end users like public who have not idea about the code part, then how they are going to use it? For that, we basically create website and deploy it. Okay, good, Aparna. Yes, Aparna is saying that it contains backend and full, like front end, backend, and full stack. Okay, so that's great. So MERN full stack development. Basically, the MERN stands for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. These things are quite basic. I know that you all know it, but as the first week is based around HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so I will take a proper time and start with basic part. Okay, so like in MERN full stack development, we basically learn about, first of all, the front end part. In front end, basically we learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. After that comes the backend part. In backend, we learn Node.js. Node.js is a runtime environment, okay, for the server side. And after that, there comes Express.js, a framework of Node.js. Then in databases, we learn about SQL databases and NoSQL databases. SQL databases is MySQL. Okay, you all are familiar with that term. And MongoDB, we will come to see that MongoDB is a NoSQL database, and how we can use it in our program. What is actual MongoDB? We will going to see that in the upcoming week. So no problem in that. Now, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is just like a skeleton. If we compare it with the human body, so it is just like the skeleton in our human body. Whatever web page we are seeing, okay, is basically the better version of your HTML page. The skeleton is that. Everything is written over here is HTML. Just we are using CSS and JavaScript and other technologies or tech stack just to make it more beautiful and catchy. Okay, so now we are going to start with the boilerplate. This is the theoretical portion up to now. Let's start that what is a boilerplate. So this is known as boilerplate in HTML. Now, what I will do, I will let you know that why each line of these code is there in this and what are the meaning of it. So just a second, if there is any doubt up to now, you can ask. Otherwise, we are going to continue with it. Suppose if I am sharing my VS Code screen, then I will not able to see the chat box. Okay. So at that time, any one of you can just raise your hand or you can unmute yourself and let me know about any query or any doubt of that. Okay. So let's start with it. So let me just tell you that how I have do it. In VS Code, if you just press this with enter, like this exclamatory sign with a enter, then it will automatically generates a boilerplate for you in your HTML. Now, this boilerplate, we called it a boilerplate, have a particular meaning. Let's discuss about it. So first of all, whatever you are seeing over here is have a meaning, which is that this is a document type declaration. This doc type means that this doc over here is document and this is a document type declaration. Why? What is the purpose of it? It tells the browser that it is an HTML5 document. Means that we are telling our browser that whatever the code is written inside it, it is a HTML5 type code, okay, or HTML5 document. So render it accordingly, and it helps the browser render that page accordingly and consistently across all the other browsers. Like suppose if someone is running this same code on other platform, then this doc type HTML5 HTML just ensure that the browser will get that, okay, this document type is of HTML5 and we have to render it accordingly. Okay. And after that, there is this line, which is HTML language is equal to EN. This is basically the root tag. Why this is a root tag? Because everything you can see this HTML tag is opening over here and is closing over here. So your head and body is inside this HTML tag. So that's why it is a root tag over here, which contains your header part, your body part. And why it is important? Whatever you write, the head part and body part, it is enclosed by your HTML tag. And this ensures that the language you are using is by default is English. Okay. And now I will let you know about this head section. So basically HTML tag contains two more tags, which is head part and other is body part. So head is basically a section where all the metadata is there. What is metadata? Means the data of data. Like suppose if you are writing any code, okay, in this document, then you are telling the user that that will be a browser that it will be in UTF-8 format. Now, what is this UTF-8? UTF-8 means that you have to do character encoding. When you are reading this code, you have to read it character by character. Everything written over there, you have to read it character by character. And this UTF-8 is just like your ASCII code. All of you are aware of ASCII code also. So this is also an international notation, UTF-8, which we use for character encoding. You just have to remind this that this UTF-8 is used for character encoding, and it will take all the type of character. Okay, even emojis, it can read emojis. Okay, then this metadata. Now this line, why this is important? So meta, name, viewport, content, width equal to device width and initial scale equal to 1.0. Now what does that mean? So basically whenever you are opening a page, so these line will help will help that page to adjust according to the device width. Suppose here you can see the width we are setting is device width. If suppose you are opening a HTML page in your mobile and other one is opening that HTML page in their laptop. So it will adjust the width of the content according to your device width. Okay. So that's what we are just declaring over here, that my width will be the device width where I am executing this particular code. Hope it is clear to you. And after that, we have the scale property over here, that initial scale is 1.0, means 100%. That page zoom level will be 100%. There will be no zoom in, there will be no zoom out. Whatever the screen size will be there, you will get exactly that screen size page over there at your end. Now this title, basically when we are going to run this particular program, you will see that this document will show as the title for that particular page. So this is there in the head part. So whatever you are going to write in the head section is not going to come on your web page. Okay. But has an important part, because everything you are declaring over here, that you are telling your browser that you have to read it character by character encoding. Okay. Then set the width according to the device and then the title name. Now comes this body part. Okay. This is important. Everything which you are going to write inside your body part is going to be there in your web page. So let's discuss about it, and then we will see about different text over here. So inside it, whatever you are going to write is basically the visible thing which you can see on your web page. And whatever you are going to write inside head will not be visible to you directly in the web page. I hope that it is clear. Okay, and one more thing, guys, if any student is joining and you can see them, so just try to give them the access to join that. If you are not able to give the access, then let me know that someone is waiting in the lobby so that I can give them the entry. Okay. Okay. So is it clear to everyone? What about others? Just give a response in the chat box. Okay.
Sir, please can you again tell about the initial scale equals to 1.0?
Yes, yes. Actually, basically, this is used for the uh, page zoom level. Okay. Means that suppose like this, what we have done, we have just set the width of our device, like whatever the device we are using it, we have to set the width for it. But suppose if I change, like I want the page to be zoom out, then from here I can just change that scale. This 1.0 is basically representing the 100 level. The 100% level of your page means that it will zoom out perfectly. If suppose I just a second, like this is basically the 100% scale for my side screen. Okay. But by default, suppose I am changing it, suppose I am minimizing it. So this is how it will, this web page will look when I am minimizing it. So initial scale is by default set it to 100% of a device so that there will be no problem in adjusting that particular width and that particular scale. So for that, we basically use this. Okay. Is it clear now? Okay. Okay, so Akeem, you can just raise your like you can just unmute yourself and let me know anything, okay? Because chat is not visible to me that when I am sharing my screen of VS Code. Okay, so I hope that it is clear to you that what we are doing over here. So let's start with different tags over here, and we'll see some tags. So first of all, in body section, whatever tag I'm going to use, I am going to use in body section because I want the content to be visible on my web page. Then there is any meaning of writing a code. So all of you are familiar in HTML. There are tags like heading tag, like paragraph tags and other tags. So in heading, there is also a range from H1 to H6. Okay. So we are just going to see the practical example that how we can do it. Suppose this is H1 tag. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I want to say that we know the basic, but for the revision, can you provide the notes like for
Actually, uh, actually, I don't have notes. Um, so right now I am just you can do one thing that you can note it within session, and these are all recorded sessions from YouTube. You can access these sessions. Okay. So don't worry about that. for now, you can just note down that whatever concept we are going through. Okay. And in upcoming session for the structure, like see, as we can't provide you all of the notes. So in the upcoming sessions from the React part, suppose we are going to use a structured notes like W3 School or other any other platform, and there the content will be in structured format, so we are going to learn from there, so that in structured way you can learn each and every concept. We are going to just first learn about that concept from there, and then we will come to our VS code and try to execute that code. Okay, so you will have a better idea about it, and it will be also easy for you to revise those concepts. Okay, so for that we will use that. Okay, like see here, this H1 tag is basically we use for the heading tag. It comes from H1 to H6, you can say range. So we are going to see only H3 and then H6 as 3 tag, and after that H6. So basically these tags are different in their boldness and their size. So you will get an idea as we move from H1 to S6, then how size and boldness will change. Let me just write it H6 tag. So if I just run this from here, go live, if I start it, so you can see the H1 tag is this, which is big in size, and you can see it is more bold. Okay, then the H3 tag and then the H6 tag. So basically, when we come from H1 to S6, the size diminish and the boldness also reduces. After that, there is a paragraph tag. You all are familiar with the paragraph tag, that whatever we are going to write inside this, it will access it as a paragraph. So this is a paragraph text. Okay, so that will be come to your web page. So these are some basic text, and I know that all of you have the idea about it. So that's why I'm not going to deep dive into all these basic concepts, because HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are familiar to everyone present here. Okay, so now let's suppose if you have to make any content bold. Okay, so suppose if I want to use this bold tag, this B tag is basically used for bold tag. So whatever content is written inside it, it will convert it to bold. So let's see, is it really working? Okay, so you can see the difference in H paragraph tag and this tag. Here we are using bold tag over there, which is having a notation of B. Okay, so by using that, it will convert the text to the bold. Okay, and as you can see, there is now right now a opening tag, and then there is a closing tag. So few tags are also self-closing tag, means that they don't need any other tag to like this closing tag over there to close it. I will let you know about those also. After that, you can also use italic tag, which is this, and whatever you are going to write it, it will just convert in italic format. Then there is one more, like for underline you can use. So it will underline the content written inside it. Now, if I refresh this page, so you can see bold, as we have used the bold tag over there. For italic, we have used the I tag over there. And to underline the content, we have used that I underline tag. So that is what they are doing over here. Now also there are some lines and comments you can see. Suppose if I want a horizontal line over there, then basically I can use this HR tag over there. This HR tag is basically used for horizontal line. And if I just refresh this page, you can see this horizontal line is coming. So this is what we can use. So just a second, if someone is, yes,
Sir, please, I want to know the difference between the italics and the emphasize because and they're strong in the both. So
sorry, can you
please, I'm
please
talking
repeat?
about the italics tag. You see, when you use
Yeah.
emphasize to, it still gives the same effects.
Yes, yes, we can use that also, but I am just giving you about these tags that you can also use these tag. Okay, so the tag you are using, emphasis tag, that is also working the same. But for suppose like in this paragraph, suppose if you want only a single word to be italic, then you can use this I tag over there. Okay, so that's why I am telling you this. I hope that it is clear.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Yes. Now there is also a anchor tag. What is anchor tag? That we can just refer to any link and that will be opened through that particular anchor tag. Suppose if I have to give an example to you, then this A stands for anchor. Then this hyperlink reference, this href means hyperlink reference. In this, what we will provide, we provide basically a link over there which we want to open. Suppose right now I am making it empty by this hashtag over here. Okay, so after that, a target attribute we provide them. Attribute is basically add more functionality to your existing tag. This target is basically a attribute and this A is basically a tag. There is a minimal difference between tag and attribute. Like here, the tag we are using is the attribute basically provides more information to your tag. That I want a target attribute. It will set the field to be blank. Means whenever I will open a link, it will open in a new tab. So for that, we are using this target is equal to blank part over here. Okay, then just close it and you can write anything like visit my website, and suppose if here I will provide google.com, www.google.com, then I can write over here that visit my Google website. Okay, so accordingly you can see the page. Like, are you able to see that this type of link is coming from your anchor tab using the hyperlink reference? So if I just click over this, then you can see a new tab is opened at my end. Like suppose if I am closing it and if I click over here, then this document is basically opening in a new tab. Why in a new tab? Because we have appended the target as blank over here. So these little things we have to also remember that how we are doing it and why the code we are writing, that what are the use of that particular attribute in our code. So we have to be clear with all the concepts related to that. I hope that it is clear. Then after that, as today's session is basically based on basic HTML, so that's why I am taking the time to elaborate all these things. I know that you have the idea for it and you know about it, but still as it is scheduled for the first week, then we have to do it. Okay. Now there is another tag, which is image. So for image, we use img. Okay. Then this image tag uses a attribute source. For source, we use src. Okay. So means that from this particular source, you want to fetch a particular image. So here you can just give, like suppose if I have in a asset folder, I have here a image like logo.jpg. So I can provide that image part over here. And if I have the link of that image, then I can also provide the link over here in this source part. Then suppose by if due to any mistake, this image will be not loaded to our page, then we can provide them the alternate message over here. This ALT stands for alternate message. Okay. And here I can use a car photo. Suppose this message will be there if the file will not load. If the photo is not there, then this message will come at our end. Okay. So this is how image attribute work. So if I just run this, then you can see that a car photo, the alternate message, it is showing to me as there was no source for that particular image. As this is a blank source of it, like here, I have not provided any link of the image. So that's why it is showing us that. So suppose if I just do one thing, that copy any image link from the website, like car image, suppose I search over here and I will copy the link for it, suppose. So copy image address, and if I put it over here, then you can see in our web page. Let's see if there's something changed. Okay. So as you can see over here, the source, if I am providing them the accurate source, then they can load that source to our web page. So like this, we can use the image source over here. So I'm just removing it. So I hope that it is clear that how we are doing it. And then comes the ordered and unordered list. But before moving further, just let me know that have you now get the difference between the tag and attribute, that any one of you in chat box can elaborate that what is the tag and what is the attribute, how basically they are different, or why we use attribute over there. Okay, yes, Devidisa.
Please, from what you explained, I understand that the tags are the main ones and the attributes give more information about it.
Yes, correct. So attribute basically use more in append more information for your particular tag. So right, and what Noor has shared, attribute is used to elaborate more about tag. Yeah, good. So basically, suppose if you are using here, we are using this image tag, okay, and I just add the width part, the height part, then that is also an attribute because they are just enhancing my image tag to work accordingly, okay, and adding more information for that particular thing. Now let's come to the list part, that all of you are familiar with the ordered list and unordered list, right? So let's discuss about unordered list first, that what is unordered list. So as the name is suggesting that there will be no order in that list. You are going to use bullet points, you are going to use any other symbol. There will be no order for that. There will be no sequence for that particular list. So how we are going to define it? For that, suppose if I am using here a BR tag, which means a break, so that it come to the next line. And here I will use that unordered list tag, which is UL tag. So unordered list, create an unordered list for me. Okay. And I want the list content as suppose HTML. This is my one list. And similarly, I want two more lists. Here I will write suppose CSS, and here I will write suppose JavaScript. Okay. So this unordered list basically do one thing, that they list all this element, but there will be no ordering. Like there will be no 1, 2, and 3 sequence over there. There will be a disk or another thing. Like here you can see bullet points over there for that. So this is basically known as unordered list. Like there is no order for it. But say similar thing I do want to do it for suppose. Let me just use BR tag for the break. And if now I want to use OL, means ordered list. So how can I append it? Just use this LI, means list property. So this is step 1 suppose. And same thing I do for step 2 and step 3. Then we will going to compare that how it is different from the unordered list. So I will using here step 2 and here step 3. Now let's see that how it is different. So you can see this is what we have done through our unordered list. Here we are getting these circles over here or bullet points over here. But now in ordered list, as we are using OL over there, means ordered list, you can see 1, 2, 3 or a particular sequence is coming. This is known as listing, ordered list and unordered list. Hope it is clear. Clear to everyone, guys? Any doubt regarding this? Okay. So we can also use nested list. That is also simple. Means inside a list, you are using another type of list. Suppose there is an unordered list, and in between of that unordered list, I want to use my ordered list. So if you want, I can also show you that. But if you want, then I can continue with other part, which is table part. So let me know in the chat box that do I show you that how we can use nested list, or is it clear to you that how you can do that? Everyone, please respond. Uh, yes, Noor, if like suppose basically you can use any symbol over here, just there is some type of it also, like in ordered list, which type of you want to use. Like I want to use numbering over here. You can also change it to Roman number over here. Okay, so it is not specified that only 1, 2, 3. By default, 1, 2, 3 will come, and by default this format will come. But if you want to change, you can also do that. Okay, so like unordered list, and if you are going to give them the type accordingly, let's see if it is suggesting to me like type. Okay, and here from here you can see it is giving me that whatever I want to use, I can use. Like now the output will come in A, B, and C part. So this is basically giving me a sequence. Like here you can see ABC is coming. Okay, same thing we can do for unordered list. Like in unordered list, if I type over here this type that I want the unordered list to be type of, just a second. No suggestion is coming. Wait. And okay, type is equals to, and here we can mention that type that if it will suggest me something like suppose sheet scale. So something like that you can use over here. I don't remind the exact word for it, that how we can use it, but by default you can use it. Okay. Like here we are changing it from capital A, small a, and other things like that. You can use it over there also. So if suppose you want to use small a over here, you can use it over here, and that will be changed in your web page accordingly. Okay, is it clear now? Noor? Okay, that's great. So let's move further, and let's discuss about some table content and how we can create a table in HTML. Okay, so for that, everyone is familiar that we have to use a table tag over there. This is the table tag. In table tag, there are two, three terms, which is TR. TR stands for table draw. Then there is TH, means table head or table heading, or then TD, means table data. So we are going to create a small table, and it will be clear to you that what and how we are doing it. So suppose, first of all, you are creating a table. So a table consists of table rows and table rows will be there, and table heading will be there. Okay, and there inside that we are going to feed some data. So let's use, first of all, create a table row over here. Like this we can create a table row, particularly this row. Okay, and then we will provide a heading to it. Suppose it will be like in row 1, I want content like the name, the roll number of a student. Okay, so in table head, suppose I am providing them the name over here, then again a table head. Okay, and this column name I want it to be suppose age, and again a table head which will tell us the city, suppose. Okay, so like this, what will happen in the first row? These headings will be there, like name, age, and city. If we will move to our web page, you can see in first row there is name, age, and city. Right now, see what is happening, that there is no separation in between. Like I am not getting any line. It is not looking like a table. Okay. So for that, what we can use, we can basically do one thing. Just a second. In table, I can append a border type. So just a second. If I can use over here this border property and assign that border to be one, then it will just initially add this type of attribute over there. You can see the table border is now coming with a particular initial scale. Okay. So like this, we can use a particular table border. Now, after that, if I have to create another table row, this table row is like first row is completed. After that, create a second row. In second row, same things are there that I want a table head. Okay. And in this table head, what I want my name to be there. Suppose I have given the name, then age, then city. So I will just providing you this city. Suppose here comes the city and accordingly I have to change the age. Okay. Now if we will see, then you can see this is how our table is looking like. In name section, I am getting my name. This is the data for my name and age and city. But there is one mistake I have done over here, that this is coming in bold letter and this table heading is also coming in bold letter. Why these things are coming in bold letter? Because I am using here table head. But if I have to feed any data inside my table, then I have to use this TD over there, means table data. So there is nothing wrong in that. But now you can see the difference. As you can see, the data is not that bold as the headings. So to differentiate that, we are using these two different tags, which is TD and TH. Okay. So accordingly, you can also execute these things. And I just forgot to inform you that like this, whatever we are doing, you can take a screenshot of it. Okay. Suppose you have taken a screenshot, then you can also paste it in the chat box. See, you can only paste that screenshot in the chat box using Control V. Why? Because there is no access to just put anything from your gallery. So suppose I am pasting it over here using Control V. So, and sending it. So, right like this, you also have to share it accordingly that you are also doing it simultaneously with me. Okay. So, it is like a work of proof of work that, okay, you are also executing the code. So, everyone, please take your time. I am, if not everyone has done it yet, I am sharing my HTML file up to now. Please try to execute it and share the response in the chat box. Just change the data according to you. Like there, my name is there, my age and the city is there. You can convert it according to you. Okay. And just provide the response in the chat box quickly. Yes.
So please, right now, I'm not having access to my laptop yet, but I'll
Okay.
send it
Okay.
to you later.
Okay, then no problem. You just note down all the concepts over there, try it at your end. And if there will be any doubt at your end, then you can ask that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Aparna. Okay. So no problem. Those students who are joining through mobile, I just request them to just use the laptop from the next session because we have to also execute the code simultaneously. Okay. So no problem. As this is the first session, so I can understand. Accordingly, you have to just use your laptop for that. Okay. What about you, Noor and Ahana? Are you doing it? Ahana, are you there? Okay, okay. Great news. So you can share the screenshot in the chat box. Okay. And also, Ahana, if you are doing it, then you can also share it. Just paste the screenshot. Okay. And if any one of you will face any issue, then let me know so that I can rectify that. Now, this is also done. Now we are going to use form, that what is a form in HTML. So this code, see guys, what I have done, the code which we have written in VS Code, I have pasted that in the chat box. Now I am just erasing that because I want to create a particular form, okay, so that you can get an idea about form part also. So let me just erase a bit of code from here. So in body, whatever I have written, I am just erasing that, or you can say erasing that. I will paste it after some time. Okay. Okay, Anna, no problem. Okay, so let's start with the form part. Every one of you are familiar with form, that it will have some input type, and according to that input type, you have to fill it. And as a user, you have to submit it. Then the data will be stored in the backend using your databases. But today, the important thing is that how you are going to use the form part. So let's create a particular form over here. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating a form using the label tag over here. This label tag we use so that the field that we want the name of our field to be something, for that we are going to use it. Suppose if in this label part, just a second, here, first I will write the bit of code over here, that then I will explain it to you. Okay. So suppose label is here, we are using it for name, and just a second, we are using it for name, and I want that attribute label to be named as name. So this will be shown on my web page that the label is name. Okay. And after this, we have to provide the input type. Suppose as a user, I want someone like as a developer, I want that there will be a name part over there, and then user can enter their name after that. So for that, we have to create a input field. So input field I am creating over here using the input tag. Okay. Now this input field have some types. So in the type, like suppose I am asking from someone's name, so it will be in a string format or in character format. So I will use here as the type as text, means that whatever user is just entering as the name will be in text format. Okay. Then what we can use, we can also just give it a placeholder name, like suppose name, a user name, that as a user you can just put your name over here. Now I am just closing this tag using BR, means line break over here, so that it can be more visible to us and in a good format. Right now we are not using CSS, that's why I am using this BR tag for line break. Okay, as we are just using HTML for it, so that's why using BR tag. Now same thing, suppose I want to do for email ID. So let's do it for email also. Label. Now for what I have to use it? For email I have to use it. Okay. So I have used it for email. Now I want it to come up in my web page as this email ID. Okay. So like this, it will be there in my web page. Then same thing here, so that user can enter something. So for that, I have to provide the type, input type. Okay. And this is email is by default input type in HTML. Okay. Means if the person is not going to using @ or dot, then it will just show them the error that you have to use the special symbols also. Okay. Now also some BR tag over here. Like suppose if I use this BR tag over here, and let's see that is any form created at our end. Okay, just a second. We have to change something over here that I can see. Name is coming. Name field is coming for us. But after that, when I come to this email part, what I have done over here, I have used created the input type for email to be email. Okay. So I can use the name attribute here as well. So let's use that. and then check that is it now correct. So the name, suppose if I give it to be user mail and just using it. Okay, so let's see now what we are getting. Okay, so let's try to restart our server first. Here it is. Okay, so you can see here as a user, I can type any text over here as my name. And after that in email ID, what I have to do, I have to provide them a particular ID like Vansh @123 and something like that. So that these response can be stored to my backend when I use the submit button over there, which is linked to my backend. Okay. Okay, good Noor. So Noor has shared her output. So good. Yes. So this is how we can use the form part over here. Now there is also an input type like submit. As a user, if you want to submit your form, then you can also use that. So let's also see about the type. Wait, let me just use the input type to be submit. So input type here I will use as, you can see there are different type: checkbox, color, date and time, email type, which we have used in the previous example. So here right now I will use submit. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, submit is here. So I am using the submit type here so that as a user you can submit it. And we have to pass an attribute like value, and it will have some properties. Suppose register. Wait, value to be registers, that you want to register all the information from here at your end. So let's see that what is coming. So you can see that inside that input type button, the whatever you are writing over here will come to it. Suppose I will change it to be the value to be submit. Okay. Then what will happen? You will get a button over here having this submit. Right now it is looking ugly because we are using HTML only. Okay. So the line which I have tell you in starting, that HTML basically is a skeleton. Okay. And we do all the designing and provide that a dynamic part through CSS and JavaScript. So right now it is looking ugly, but when we will learn about CSS, then it will be clear to you that how these things work. Okay. Any doubt, guys? The form part is also completed. So this is how we can do this. Quite simple. Everything is basic for you as you have all the idea about it. Just we are going through it so that everything will start from basic. Okay. Now we can also create, on based of this, we can create a home page for it also. There is no problem in that. So we can use that. So just do it. And see, whatever we are doing over here in this title portion, you can see it is coming over here in this tab. The name is coming. I have the title as document, so it is coming as document. Suppose if I make it to the HTML class as title, then it will be shown over there. So you can see the HTML class title is now coming at our page. So this is how title will work. Now, in tomorrow's session, what we are going to do, we will cover about CSS, that how many types of CSS are there. First of all, what is CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Okay. Cascading Style Sheet, it provides the styling to us. Okay. And in that, we will see about what is internal CSS, what is external CSS, what is embedded CSS, or you can say inline CSS, internal or external CSS. We will learn about those concepts in the upcoming class. SCSS is a big topic and all of you have the idea about it. So I will just revise you the main concept of it, that how we can link an external file to our existing file in index.js, that how we are going to use that link part over here in the head section. Okay. All of those things we are going to cover in tomorrow's session. Now, After that, what will happen? After that, we are going to cover with the JavaScript part. In JavaScript, I will let you know about the basic difference, like what is the difference between where, let, and const. What is arrow function and what is a traditional function? How they are different? What is the this keyword and how it enhance the functionality of a arrow function? All of these things we are going to discuss in the upcoming sessions. Okay. And then those who are late, I will provide you the project, or you can say the first week project in the Friday session. That will be a static portfolio, a static website which you have to create. Okay. Or you can use also the JavaScript part in that. No problem in that. So that you have to done at your end. And all the code you have to maintain it in your GitHub repository, so that uh, at the time, like each and every week, there will be a presentation session. Okay. And while the final presentation, I will keep track of each and every one of you, that how many of you have given the live presentation in session or not. At the end, it will be checked, and only those students will get the certificate who have done all the formalities. Okay. So please don't take it easily. Just be consistent, and I can guarantee you that you are going to learn a lot of things from here. Okay, thank you, Isha. Sorry, Aisha. And before just closing the session, as for today we have to cover with this basic HTML part, so I am not elaborating it. And we can start with CSS also, but I think that only few students has joined today, so we can wait for them also. If they are going to join tomorrow, then it will be good. Otherwise, you four students or five students, those who have joined today, you have to be consistent. Otherwise, this batch will be terminated. Okay, as per the orders, we have to follow that. Okay, so any doubt from today's session? Now I am going to ask few questions regarding what we have covered in today's session. Okay, so that's why I am asking. Otherwise, I will ask the questions. Actually, Noor, there is a problem because from 8 I have some another session. So I have to just talk to the team about this, that what we can do at our end. Okay, and then let you know in your group. In the group, the timing will be there with the session link. Okay, so don't worry about that. I will try that we can schedule it to 7 p.m. But if that will be not done, then I will inform you the same. Okay. Okay. So now uh, let me just ask you questions from you. Yes. So what is the work of UTF-8 over there in boilerplate? That what it signifies? UTF-8 stands for, or work for. You can just unmute yourself and also tell the answer. Okay. Yes. Perfect. UTF-8 is basically used for character encoding. Sure. This is the correct answer. Good. And suppose like metadata, you have used it, you know about this content also, that how it will basically device to device is matter. Suppose now right now you are running your code in mobile, so it will open as per the mobile size or mobile width. But the same code, if you are going to execute in your laptop, then you will get the output according to your width of the your screen. Okay. Okay, so can anyone of you give me a tag name which is self-closing tag? There are multiple tags.
Sub bracket.
Uh, DR tag, you mean? self-closing means that you don't have to use the closing tag for it. Suppose if we were using that H1 tag over there, then how it was coming? It was coming like this. This is known as opening tag and this is known as closing tag. So this is not a self-closing app. Uh, but BR is, yeah, now correct. But BR is self-closing tag because you are not using any closing tag for it. Like this, image is also a self-closing tag and anchor. Yes, image is also a self-closing tag. Okay. So I hope that it is clear to you that what we have covered in today's session. If there is any doubt, you can ask guys. Otherwise, we are good to just wrap this session and we are going to join tomorrow and timing will be discussed with you or tell to you in the morning. Okay, so is there any doubt, guys? Okay, okay, that's great. So guys, you can just leave the session. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Happy learning. Ahana and Javidisa, you can also leave the session if there is no doubt. Okay, thank you. It's good that you have got whatever we have discussed. So thank you so much for joining everyone.